I'm a great lip syncer, so I just have to kind of be confident in what it is that I do.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're taking a closer look at the Drag Race queens who appeared to be favored by producers, and the controversies that this behind-the-scenes manipulation stirred within the fandom.
The girls who win the challenge was literally surprised they'll win the challenge. But, that's the game.
Art Simone, Downunder Season 1. Before joining Drag Race Down Under, Art Simone had already made a name for herself in Australia and was seen as a strong contender. However, those expectations quickly crumbled when she was eliminated in the second episode after bombing the Snatch Game.
And I'm the strongest one here.
You were here.
That means nothing.
Then, without warning or explanation, RuPaul brought her back 2 episodes later, as if nothing had happened.
Someone's a trap. I'm back!
While it wasn't the first time a queen had been brought back, previous seasons typically offered all eliminated contestants a fair chance to return. But that was not the case here. This decision was widely criticized, especially since the other 2 eliminated queens, JoJo Zaho and Coco Jumbo, were both people of color with less visibility than Art, who could have greatly benefited from more screen time.
Coming back with a strong look, I think, was important for you, and I think you achieved that tonight.
When life gives you a second chance, child, this is what you do.
Tia Kofi, UK vs. the World Series 2. While it has introduced many international queens to a broader audience, the UK vs. the World franchise has also drawn criticism for putting non-UK contestants at a disadvantage.
We need to strategize. That's the question.
It's UK versus the world.
It's UK versus the world.
In the second series, Tia Kofi proved to be a formidable competitor, snagging 4 Maxi Challenge wins. However, by the finale, some fans felt the competition was being steered in her favor. Marina Summers, the season's lip-sync assassin, was expected to be Tia's toughest opponent in the lip-sync smackdown for the crown. Instead, she was conveniently eliminated in the first round by Hanaconda, a decision that many fans disagreed with.
Thank you for an amazing season. You are and will always be a global phenomenon. Now, sachet away.
Although Tia's talent made her a deserving winner, many believe the finale would have been more satisfying had she faced and defeated her strongest rival head-on.
To go from Baroness Basic to Queen of the Mother Ducking World is wild, but it proves that you could do anything that you set your mind to. So, everyone, make sure you do your homework and pay your taxes.
Jimbo, AllStars 8. RuPaul appeared to take a liking to Jimbo on the first series of UK vs. the World. After Jimbo's unexpected elimination that season, she became the first international queen to compete on a regular All-Stars season, joining the All-Stars 8 cast.
Hi, I'm Jimbo, and you may remember me from Canada's Drag Race Season 1 and UK vs. the World. The breasts of the West, the tits of the top. Big tits, that's me.
From the moment she walked into the workroom, it was clear the producers were set on making her the winner. That's not to downplay Jimbo's talent. She easily could have won UK vs. the World Series 1. Still, All-Stars 8 seemed specifically designed to play to her strengths.
Do you have a big, thick oak tree that grows and kind of bends at a weird angle? Let us take a whack at it. We'll prune it like a pro.
Unlike past All-Stars seasons that brought back heavy hitters, half of this cast were early outs who offered little actual competition. As a result, Jimbo cruised to the finale and snatched the crown with relative ease.
This is it, our final performance. It all comes down to this. This is my time, this is my crown, and Candy Muse, I'm gonna funk you up.
Gigi Goode, Season 12. By the Season 12 finale, Gigi Goode was the queen to beat, having snagged 4 Maxi Challenge wins without ever landing in the bottom 2. But that track record felt almost too perfect.
You've won a cash tip of $5,000.
Oh my god, I just won my 3rd challenge. That's nuts to me.
After a lackluster lip sync in the premiere, it seemed producers deliberately kept Gigi away from the bottom 2, even when she arguably deserved a spot there. Then, in the Rusical, Gigi snatched a surprise win over Jan, who gave an equally, if not more, impressive performance.
Defying old taboos, 'cause sex is power too. Making art isn't easy.
This decision decision not only seemed to push Jan to her breaking point, but also sparked backlash from fans, who accused the show of favoring Gigi while setting up Jan for a try-hard edit.
Jan, tonight you ruled the world. You are safe. Let me join the other girls.
Ultimately, though, Gigi lost the crown to Jada Essence Hall. Trixie Mattel, AllStars 3.
I went on tour as a comedian, topped the iTunes charts in folk music, in drag, and then I went on to even star in and develop my own television show, and I felt like an all-star before I got here.
After Ben de la Creme, the frontrunner of AllStars 3, eliminated herself, the crown became anyone's to snatch. Based on track record alone, Shangela was the obvious choice to win. However, for the first time ever, RuPaul let the eliminated queens vote on who should make the final two, which many saw as producer interference to control the outcome.
This done Ben had been RuPaul's best friend race. There's gonna be eliminated queens who choose who won the most challenges. There's gonna be eliminated queens who choose their friend.
As she was responsible for sending several queens home, Shangela failed to secure their votes and was passed over in favor of Trixie Mattel and Kennedy Davenport. Trixie then beat Kennedy in the final lip sync and won the crown.
Trixie Mattel. You're champion. You're a winner, baby. You're champion.
Although this decision was criticized, it may have benefited the show in the long run, as later sexual assault allegations against Shangela may have tainted its reputation had she won. Shaque, AllStars 5. Shaque certainly would have won Season 9 if not for the introduction of the lip sync smackdown for the crown. Following that loss, it was clear Shay would get her crown eventually, and that moment seemed to arrive on AllStars 5. From the start, the show leaned into her redemption arc, framing her as the queen with something to prove.
Fans would take off their hats and rose petals would fall out because I was the butt of this joke. And I wanted to find an opportunity to reclaim my rose.
Much like AllStars 8, this season featured mostly early outs and queens who hadn't competed in years, meaning there was little real competition. Also, the revamped format, where one top queen faced a lip-sync assassin, also worked in Shay's favor, as it shielded her from potential elimination by her fellow contestants. While Shay is undeniably talented, the edit left many with the impression that her win was predetermined.
What this competition has given to me this time is far more valuable than $100,000.
Jinkx Monsoon, AllStars 7.
All winners, all stars has been brought up to me many times. I guess season 5 wasn't enough for you, so I've come back to do it again.
With several past winners returning to compete, AllStars 7 was the first season where anyone could have plausibly taken the crown. However, as the season progressed, one name quickly rose to the top: Jinkx Monsoon. The quirky underdog turned powerhouse racked up win after win, even in episodes where other contestants arguably outperformed her.
You are ripped out of the ultimate safe space and then thrust into a world full of people who would just as soon run you down with their car and leave you for dead in the middle of the streets of Amsterdam.
Through a mix of undeniable talent and what many perceived as a nudge from production, Jinkx secured a spot in the lip-sync smackdown for the crown. But the final showdown against Monet X Change stirred controversy, as some argued the edit heavily favored Jinkx while cutting out Monet's strongest moments. It felt as though the show had positioned her as the one to beat, and ensured no one actually could. Georges, Season 14.
I gotta say, Georges, you know you were born for drag. You do it so well. You understand your silhouette, you understand your body. Lovely, Georges.
Once RuPaul tells a queen they were born to do drag, it often feels like they can do no wrong in her eyes. That was certainly the case for Georges on Season 14. While she could lip-sync the house-down boots, yes mama, gato, krrr, Georges struggled in nearly every other area. Yet she was repeatedly spared from the bottom, even when she deserved to be there.
It must be so hard for you to look in the mirror and not see what I see.
Girl, I hope she knows that she ain't the only gorgeous one up in this gig, mama.
The most baffling moment came during the Glamazon Prime Design Challenge, when Georges walked out in a single scrap of fabric with star-shaped cookie cutters glued to it and still won.
Georges, you are one smart cookie. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge.
Oh my God.
That decision united the Drag Race fandom in outrage. Although Jorgeous was eventually eliminated just before the finale, many fans believe she lasted far longer than she should have. Ginger Minj, AllStars 10. The first 2 brackets of AllStars 10 harkened back to the golden era of Drag Race. But things took a sharp turn with the 3rd bracket, when accusations of favoritism began to emerge.
I am in the lead. I'm a leading character. And it makes me hungry for more.
Due to the nature of the challenges, fans perceived the 3rd bracket as being perfectly suited to the strengths of one queen, Jinger Minj. While the other groups had a mix of design, comedy, and performance challenges, the 3rd bracket featured mostly comedy-based challenges, an area where Ginger thrives. But eyebrows really shot up when she won the lip sync for Your Legacy in episode 2, despite many believing that Denali outperformed her. This decision felt questionable, not just to the viewers, but also to fellow queens like Alyssa Hunter and even Denali herself, who reportedly stormed off stage afterward.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gagged because the vibe was Denali. But at the end of the day, I'm not the judge.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
The Ru Girls, Global All-Stars Season 1. The Global All-Stars season was designed to spotlight drag from around the world, with each queen representing a different franchise.
From all the Drag Race queens in the world, I've chosen each of you to represent your nation.
I know that's right.
Period.
Given the language barriers, one would expect the challenges to level the playing field. However, most of them still favored the English-speaking queens. Fans also noticed that the judges consistently gave more favorable critiques to Alyssa Edwards, Kitty Scott-Claus, and Queen Kong, the only Ru girls in the competition.
Alyssa Edwards, Kitty Scott-Claus, you are safe to slay another day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You 3 may leave the stage.
Meanwhile, the other contestants had to overcome not just the language hurdles, but also the added pressure of forming a rapport with the judges from scratch. This perceived favoritism quickly soured many fans' opinions of the season.
No, in Italy we don't do roast. It's something that we don't have. But more than funny, I think I'm delusional, so...
Okay, that works.
Although Alyssa Edwards remains beloved, her win felt like a coronation for the queen the show had already picked from the start. What's the most baffling show of favoritism by the Drag Race producers to you? Let us know in the comments below.
This may be a good opportunity to tell you that that was probably me behind the wheel of that car.